All right, everyone. Welcome to the call. It is May 18th. If you're wondering why I have glasses on, these are actually the Blu-ray glasses. I've been on the computer all day and I was starting to sometimes it's just a little bit too much. And so I'm like, okay, a couple hours ago I put these on. So that's why I'm sporting glasses. If there's a glare, I apologize, but I am so excited to see you guys. And I have to tell you, oh, hang on here. Let me make sure we get all these lines muted. I have to tell you, Mondays are my favorite day of the week. We have a mastermind call with our executives in the afternoon, and then I plan a lot of calls throughout the day. Monday's always my busiest day, and I look forward to this call so much, especially when we get to celebrate. Celebrating your accomplishments is one of my greatest goals. I had a coaching, well, I don't even know if it was a coaching call today. One of our sweet millennials called me today to tell me about a massive breakthrough she had. And as I was chatting with her, she's like, this is so much more than hitting a rank advancement. She's like, it finally dawned on me that setting goals is great, but it's the big vision and it's the big picture of how can Isagenix be a vehicle in order for you to achieve your life dreams, not just a rank advancement, not just a financial goal, but how can this amazing vehicle we have help you achieve big, huge goals and visions that you have for your life. And it was such a great, great call, and it got me so fired up. And so we're going to start the call with some recognition that I'm so excited about. You guys know we're in the middle of a crystal reset, and I was so thrilled when they started doing these resets because a lot of people come to us and they don't come for the business. I mean, how many of you guys type in the chat box, if you just came for a product experience, say me in the chat box. If you did not come here for the business, if you just came here because you wanted to lose weight, wanted one of our health solutions, type me in the chat box. What happens is sometimes people don't start sharing right away. They really don't think they can do this. They don't have the belief. They don't, we talk about belief in network marketing, belief in yourself in network marketing, and they come for the products. And so when they don't hit it first time around and then they offer a reset, it's always so exciting. And it's also so exciting for people that maybe have already hit the rank of executive to be able to do it again and get all of those bonuses again. That is such a perk that is so awesome. So I love our resets, and these things fire me up. And so we had 3 that I know of, director rank advancements, and I've asked all 3 to share with us tonight. And then we're going to talk about executive next, and we're going to talk big picture vision and some perks that some of you may or may not be aware of. So what I'd like to do is ask one of our top leaders, and I haven't, oh, there she is. I'm going to ask Sarah Farnsworth to unmute, and I want her to introduce. She had 2 director rank advancements in her team this week, and I would like her, we're going to do one at a time. You choose which one you want to go first. Give them an introduction, and then I just have a couple questions I want to ask. And Sarah has worked so diligently with her team, and the reason she was able to create 2 directors is not because of anything other than linking arms with them, having weekly calls, really trying to help them, coach them, do whatever she can to help them achieve their goals. And it's so cool to see it working. So Sarah, I'm so proud of you. So I'd love for you to introduce one of your 2 gals.
All right, so hopefully my Wi-Fi is okay. Can you hear me?
Hear you.
Good?
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah, okay. All right, so in no particular order, I'm going to start with Lindsay. From the day I met her, I knew that she had everything it took to do this business. She's a beautiful soul mom. During her transformation, she had a 4th baby. So she's busy, but she still made this happen. Her business goes alongside, what she already does for a living, and she really is coachable. What do we say all the time? She's very coachable. She works really well with me. We link arms together, and I don't like to say that I did anything because especially when you're working with someone that's another leader and you can tell their potential, it's really just about loving them up to where they're ready to go, right? So like I had to kind of be patient with her a little bit because I think she just had a lot on her plate and it took a little bit of time. We did the crock pot leader and I was ready when she was ready. So congratulations, Lindsay. I'm so proud of you.
That's great.
So that's Lindsay.
All right, so let's bring Lindsay on first, and then we'll do Kendra next. So Lindsay, can you unmute?
I unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes. So mom of four, hashtag no excuses. What's the age range with your four children?
7 down to 1.
7 down to 1. And you work outside of Isagenix.
Yes, I have a part-time job. I'm actually furloughed right now. So this has been like perfect time to actually, put the throttle to the floor and hit it hard. It's kind of been a blessing. So.
And I know Sarah really did use the crock pot approach with you that Zach Slobin talked about, never pushing you, but always encouraging you. So just share with everybody, first of all, how does it feel? Congratulations.
Thank you. It feels awesome because I've been with Isagenix 2.5 years now and always, wanted to hit that next rank advancement. I feel like I've been manager forever. And to be able to do it during this reset and actually get the monetary reward is awesome. But just for it, like I've had maybe 3 or 4 consultants every now and then, but to finally get, 6 at one time feels really good. And I have, so much to be thankful for with Sarah and Kendra and a lot of the other leaders on our team. We kind of all came together and did the 11-day challenge first part of May. I had been watching Trudy Maples in April, and I saw that she did this 11-day challenge, and I had thought about it, and I said, I'm just going to go for it. And so I posted some stuff on social media, and Sarah and Kendra said, hey, like, we want to do this too. We'll help you out. We all kind of did the group together, and I think we all had a lot of customers have really great results. And so we've kind of just went from there, and we have another group going now, Meltdown to Memorial Day. And the team has just been great to kind of come together and provide support for the groups and the new clients. And it's going really well.
So one more question. Would you say that working together as a team was a big factor in your success with this?
Absolutely. The teamwork and just consistency over the long haul. Like, I started out the week with 3 consultants, and the other 3 that, became consultant at the end of the week had already been consultant at another time, but 2 of the girls were, active product users, but finally, started asking some other people to come on board, and had Sarah and Kendra not said, hey, we want to kick in and help with this group too, I don't know how much of a success it would have been, and the whole sharing aspect with my teammates. So it was a huge help.
So cool. Well, I am so proud of you. And in the midst of all of these babies, you guys, Lindsay, have you ever gone to any events?
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know if it's Celebration last year, and this year was actually my first NYKO. So between Celebration and NYKO, I just, I really started being more consistent. I've started getting up at 5 a.m. just so I can have an hour and a half of peace to myself and get some of my DMOs in before kids get up and need me. But yeah, the events were huge, and just, laying out a plan and just seeing the vision of what is actually possible when you are consistent and you are, doing the do.
Yeah.
So yeah,
guys,
definitely get yourself set.
Yeah, it's just so awesome. So if we do have any young moms out there or moms to be, like, I just hope that encourages you, because I was in Lindsay's shoes once, and having children and doing this can be a challenge. You've got to work around their schedule. They are your priority, which is the way it should be. But it's possible. It's so possible when you plan, you're organized, and you really, really want it, and your why's big enough. It's so possible. We are so proud of you, Lindsay. So huge congrats to you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, Sarah, next introduction.
Okay, so we're going to bring Kendra on now, and she's another one who's extremely coachable. Again, she's been with us for a while, kind of dabbling in and out of the business, always sharing with people because she loved the products. again, very coachable. Like she has been, by my side this entire time, asking questions, wanting to know more. And the thing is, these two ladies are very similar. They both, are very diligent. They're taking the time to do their DMOs. They're taking the time to be consistent. They show up on Facebook every day. They show up with their teams, and they're helping people have great results, and they're loving what they do. That's it. It's pretty simple. But I knew, same thing. We knew Kendra was a rock star. We've said it how long? Just got to wait for her to be ready. And here she is. She's come out the gates this year, and she's going strong, and she's just amazing. So
awesome.
well,
And
good job, Kendra. So excited for you.
So awesome. And many of you guys are going to recognize her because it was just a few weeks ago. I feel like we were recognizing her already. So Kendra, congratulations again, girl.
Thank you. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
All right. So I know, I feel like we just did this with you, but, tell us, manager to director, like what is it taking for you to do this? Like, what is your why, your vision? What's shifted for you?
Oh gosh. A few things. So as far as my why goes, it really, I think I talked about it last time when I had the pleasure of talking with you guys before. It was more about the business before, and I became so fixated on the business. And it wasn't that I didn't want to help people, but I became more fixated on the business and the need to do's as opposed to the heart behind it and really just helping people, even though I was still wanting to help people, if that makes any sense. But when you really take your mind off of the business and just focus on the people, then everything else just falls into place. And with Sarah, it's funny that she says I'm so coachable because I was not so coachable. I will own that 100%. I think that's what shifted for me is I realized the importance of really being coachable and it's not that I didn't trust my leaders. It was that I have a hard time asking for help. And Sarah will tell you, she said, stop apologizing when you ask me questions. And I was like, I'm sorry to bother you. She's like, stop apologizing. I felt like I can do this on my own. I don't need people. And you can do it on your own. It's possible, but why make it harder? Why not link arms with people and have that accountability? We promote accountability nonstop when we enroll people to do the nutrition. But then, for me, I wasn't then stepping into owning that, needing that accountability in my business and plugging in. I stopped doing the team calls, and I noticed a significant shift in my mindset because it keeps your fire going and it gives you new ideas. And again, just that accountability, it just really drives you.
And I'll have people that'll say, I've got out of the habit of getting on team calls. And I'm like, you know what? There might be a lot of repetition on team calls. You might hear some of the same things over and over and over again, but don't skip, because one night someone might say just what you need to hear that changes everything in your business. So the importance of team calls, and why I asked Lindsay about events, is because they change everything, working together, working as a team, and then everyone's excitement, like you guys partnering together like that. And I mean, Sarah was texting me all week. Okay, Kendra needs 2 more. Okay, Lindsay needs 1 more. She's so fired up for you guys. It's not even funny. Like she just wanted to keep me in the loop just because she was so excited for you guys. And, that's what I think as a leader, yeah, we can do it all by ourselves. We can, but it's so much more fun to do it with other people. And there is nothing more fulfilling and satisfying than being a small part of someone's journey when they hit a milestone like this and they're so excited. It just makes you want to cry. You're so excited for them. So, Kendra, we're just so excited about you. So what's next, girl?
Executive, Crystal executive.
Well,
and I'm not waiting till the last minute for this one. That was stressful.
Yeah, I always try to coach that to people. It seems like so many people work so well under pressure and it comes together last minute. But if you have any say in it and any control, guys, try to do it early just in case. But we are just so proud of you. And I have seen such a shift in you. And it's been so beautiful to watch. And you have so much to give, you and Lindsay both. It's just an honor to be part of your journey. So proud of you.
Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. All right, time for some testosterone. So next we're going to bring on Cody Thompson, and I've watched Cody bloom and blossom, and it's been so cool. I claim him as a second son. I just absolutely adore him. We literally just usually hop on a FaceTime once a week to catch up. Just super, super close, and watching him create his first director. Oh, and he was so stinking proud and cheering on Michael yesterday. Oh, he's like sending messages to people. Come on, he's got like 200 BV left. Let's cheer him on. And he got everybody involved. So Cody, how does it feel? And let's introduce Michael.
Woo! Testosterone, let's go. Yeah, baby, y'all wake up. Yeah, super excited. I love our story. I think, a lot of people are connected in our industry. A lot of people are connected in our business and stuff through, mutual friends. Like Tyler met me through, Zoe's little brother, my friend that knew Zoe's little brother. But, all these stories of connections and stuff. I think ours is pretty unique, something I haven't really heard yet. Michael and I are obviously, we're distant cousins. I'm down here, always been down here with the Florida family. He's like the, way out there, like the northern people, Pennsylvania people, family up there. And didn't really know each other at all, really didn't even have a relationship. We connected through social media first, just because obviously our families know each other from different sides, but got connected through social media, and he started to follow my journey. We kind of chatted here and there, and he started to watch me last year hang out with these crazy people and go on these, trips here and there. I think, what did you watch that really stuck out? UIA, I think.
Yeah, it was one picture at UIA. It was you, Tyler, Chelsea, and Zoe were taking a picture from a big fountain. And I was like, yo, I got to know what this guy's doing.
What are these kooks doing? So he's like, yo, what's up? It's me, like your cousin here. You don't really know me, but what the heck are you doing? And we got a couple calls, and well, I guess we had that one call. Anyway, I wouldn't let him get off the phone until he enrolled. So I said, I'm not hanging up until you give me your card. We do this thing. So he was amped about it. Always been in health and fitness, and it was really cool more than anything just to see. Because like for me, like you guys could see, obviously I've changed as a person. Tyler's helped me grow so much. All you guys have, but for me to now see someone grow so much over like a 6-month period. I would have never grown if it wasn't for this, and I know Michael wouldn't have had this kind of growth if it wasn't for this, especially in the time frame. Like we talk about crockpot leaders, but like we like microwave nuke our people with the growth just naturally. It's crazy. So really cool to see Michael come from, what was it, November-ish when you enrolled, November to now like six months-ish. Just a different person. I mean, we got on our first call. He's, rocking like his hoodie, maybe his sunglasses, just like, finishing up college, being a college kid. And just to see him now, the way that he talks and his verbiage is so different. So really great that our community and our company has brought together family of mine, and he decided to move over 1,000 miles, literally packed up his van. He'll tell you more about that. Just drive down to Florida and leave everything behind, everything he's known, his security, his comfort zone, his family, his friends, all over Pennsylvania and Virginia, to come down here to Florida and live the kook life full time. And it's been so cool. Literally just in the past 2 weeks, it literally comes down to Florida, and we just wreck his life with his habits and everything, getting up at 6 a.m., doing the meditation, the visualization, the reading, all before our team calls, doing the DMOs. And this past week, I have never seen anybody in my life, including myself, text as many people and call as many people in a week. Last night, it was 10:30. I'm sitting here at my desk, and me and Sonny are actually sitting here, and I'm like, I was like, I think I need to go outside, because Michael's just pacing outside, just calling people. I was like, I think we should call it. I think we should still enjoy it, still pop our champagne because of the growth. You've grown so much. It's okay. You're great. And he said, no, I'm still going. I got a couple more. Goes through, and I guess I don't want to spoil the rest of it, but he goes through his contacts, calls somebody that was never on his list in 6 months ever. Total God thing. Calls his buddy and does him a favor, and he hits director. So great story, and his growth has been tremendous, super rewarding for me to now see that, because oftentimes we look at our top leaders on our team. Like I look at my mentors and leaders, I'm like, I'm not that leader, I'm not 3-star. I haven't been in the company for 3 years, 5 years. that's not me. I can't, duplicate on that level. But then you do, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I am a leader, and he is too. It's just cool to see that so duplicating. So I'll let Michael take the rest. I'm sure he'll make you laugh a bit and share the rest of the cool story with you. But my cousin Michael Perry.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, we are
Thanks for
so
that, Cody.
proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So back in December when I graduated college, I remember when Cody was prospecting me, I was one of those prospects that I asked him, like, how do I apply? Is there an interview for network marketing? Like, I had no clue what it was. I had zero skills. Like, I took public speaking online in college. I was so scared of talking in front of people. I literally uploaded everything to YouTube. And that's how I was graded for it, because I would get so nervous. But after all the personal development, I realized, you have to go back to the basics. I was willing to learn, and I was willing to accept change. And I knew that in PA, my potential was capped. And I knew if I didn't move, if I didn't make a lot of changes in my life, I wasn't going to have success in my business. So, 2 weeks ago, I packed my van up. There's blue duct tape on the front of my van because that's how poor I am right now. I literally have to, I use this wrench. I carry it around everywhere because I have to plug in the battery, or else the battery dies when it's sitting there because there's a leak in my system. So, never really had anything handed to me, and I knew that I needed to make a change. So I left a lot of comfortability up in PA with, a lot of family and friends and all that kind of stuff, and, jumped into this opportunity head first. Really wanted to surround myself with people who had what I wanted. I think everybody's really preached that, find the people who have what you want and, mimic what they do. And, I literally bunk with Cody. I wake up when Cody wakes up. When Cody drinks his glass of water, I drink my glass of water. So, environment was everything to me. Yeah, good boy. Environment was absolutely everything to me. And I know that I would definitely have not been able to hit this rank if it wasn't for me moving here. And, it's definitely just a milestone in where I want to go and take this. So executives next, 1 stars next, 2 stars next. And, I really give it up to, one thing I wanted to say was that to manifest your wants and desires, you have to think and feel that want and desire before it ever happens. I felt hitting director before it ever happened. Me and Cody sitting here and blast music and scream as loud as we can, all the rank advance we want. And, we actually do it for a long duration and with power and intensity. And we literally manifested, well, I guess I manifested this happening because last night it was 10:30 and I had only needed 100 BV, and I was scrolling through my contacts on my phone. And it's funny because in my contacts on my phone, I have backup assistants since like 6th grade. So I have all my elementary school contacts and all that kind of stuff with the smiley faces next to the name because emojis didn't exist back then. And I called this guy named Eric and just asked him for a favor. He actually wanted to better his health at the time, and at 11 o'clock I was just hammering all these enrollments. So it was amazing last night. So yeah, pretty sweet.
I go to sleep a lot earlier than you boys do, but I knew you were going for this. And so I texted Tyler, I want to say it was 10 o'clock. And I'm like, I can't stay awake another second. I said, did he make it yet? And he said, not yet, but he will. Go to bed. So I just knew when I woke up this morning, the first thing I did, even though we're not supposed to hop on here, the first thing I did was go to Isopulse, and there it was. And I really wasn't surprised at all. So I'm so proud of you. And, I think with all 3 of you guys, you knew you were going to do it. There was no, it's not going to happen. Maybe it'll happen. Oh, I hope it happens. We're going to try. It was, I am doing it. This week it's going to happen by Sunday, end of discussion. And it really does take that kind of mentality to make these things happen. So I couldn't be prouder of all 3 of you. Can't wait to celebrate you again before the deadline for Crystal Executive. So thank you for sharing. All right, moving on. I've got one more thing I want to celebrate, and we have 2 more rank advancements, and they couldn't be on the call tonight. So Tyler, are you able to unmute and share a little bit about Eric and Landry real quick before we move on to our executive talk?
Of course. Congrats to Lindsay and Kendra and Michael. Awesome to see you guys doing that. And there's so much, I didn't get to see Lindsay and Kendra go firsthand, but there's so much I could say about, Michael and Cody and what they just pulled off. But just willing to do what it takes. It's amazing. So, but quickly, Eric Chen and Landry Hosteller both ranked advanced to 1 star last week. And that was really exciting to see. Eric is in Taiwan where it's early morning right now, and Landry had an obligation tonight, so they weren't able to share. But Two again, inspiring stories there where Eric, moved across the world and really unplugged for a little bit and reached back out in November and said, hey, I need to get plugged back in. And since November has been probably the most consistent enroller that I've seen for that duration. I mean, just consistently helping people get started on the products all over the world in different continents, and just really helping people get their nutrition locked in. And last week, between his enrollments and his cycles, was able to hit 1-star. Both of these guys didn't really realize it was on the radar, and that's something we could explain later. And Mom, if you want to, we could. But these guys had like 5 or 6 cycles. They didn't realize that they were actually just a few BB away from 1-star because they also had a bunch of personal enrollments. So Eric was able to pull that off, and he's been working for that for a long time. And then Landry is a college friend of mine who is a by the book engineer. He would tell you firsthand, like, he doesn't want to talk to people or put himself out there on social media, but he actually reached out to me in November and said, I don't know if I'm ever going to make any money doing this, but I want to learn the skills that you teach, and I want to get uncomfortable and get better at some of these things. And man, with that type of approach, you guys that have been around a while know that the money will come. And that's been his approach. He's like, I'm just going to learn the skills and get uncomfortable on purpose. And last week he made $1,600 in his part-time hours. And he was furloughed from his job at Honda, the car manufacturer. He was furloughed for 2 weeks. And in that 2 weeks, he created almost $2,000 for himself with this, because he was able to hit this rank. And same thing, he had a big enrolling week, a big cycle week. And I was like, hey, I don't know if you realize this or not, but if you get one more value pack in and you promote one consultant on your right leg, you're going to hit 1-star this week. And that was on Saturday. And he had no idea who the value pack was going to be or no idea who the consultant was going to be. But that's what winners do. They just get it done. They find a way. He didn't say, oh, I'm not sure how. He said, no way, really? Okay, I'll get it done. And I didn't hear another word from him until Sunday night. I opened my Isopulse and I saw he enrolled a value pack and he promoted a consultant and he hit 1-star. And that's really what winners do. They just find a way. And it's just been really cool to see him, because not only has he achieved what he wanted to and growing that skill set, but he achieved the rank as well and the income that follows. So huge shout out to both of those guys who have just been extremely consistent and willing to do the work time and again, and are our newest 1-stars on the team as well.
Okay, so I am going to ask you before we move on, because we have so many new people and they probably don't understand what Go Cycles are, because Go Cycles helped you get the second half of your 3-star bonus last week as well. So can you share with everybody exactly what does that mean, and how was, Landry, who wasn't even Crystal manager, how was he able to do that? Maybe even give them the numbers so they can understand that.
Yeah, so when it comes to the star rank advancements, 1-star means you cycle 10 times in a week. And the first time you do that, you get an extra $500 on top of everything else you earned. $500 bonus for hitting 1-star, 10 cycles in a week. 2 stars, 20 cycles. 3 stars, 40 cycles. So you hit 1-star the first time, 10 cycles in a week, you get a $500 bonus. The second time you hit 10 cycles in a week, you get another $500 bonus. That's the second half of your 1-star. So $500 twice. Then 2-star is 20 cycles in a week. So the first time you hit 20 cycles in a week, you get a $1,000 bonus. The second time you hit 20 cycles in a week, you get another $1,000 bonus, and so on. Now, Go Cycles is a cycle that we don't actually get paid $54 for, but it's a cycle that helps us achieve that next star rank advancement: 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. And the way it works is, again, we don't get paid on it. So, for instance, Landry had 6 cycles, so he's 4 away from 1-star. But he had 4 Go Cycles, which he does not get paid on, but those Go Cycles helped him bridge the gap from 6 to 10. Now, what a Go Cycle is simply your PIBs for the week divided by 54. So Landry had, I think, $250 in PIBs. Divide that by 54, that's 4 with a remainder, 4 Go Cycles. So he doesn't get paid for those Go Cycles, but the system recognizes that as a cycle to help him hit 1-star, to hit the rank advancement. So 4 Go Cycles plus 6 actual cycles. So Landry had $250 in PIBs. He enrolled 2 value packs and 2 basic packs. 1 value pack for 100, another value pack for 100, 1 basic pack for 25, another basic pack for 25. So $250 in PIBs. He doubled PIBs, right? If you get 2 or more in a week, it doubles. So instead of just 250, he also made another 250s for a total of 500. All right. Then he cycled 6 times, which is $300. So that's 800 for the week. He hit his 5-cycle bonus. First time you hit 5 cycles in a week, you get an extra 250. So now he's at 1,150 for the week. And then he hit that 1-star bonus that we just talked about, which is another $500. So he made $1,600 last week for enrolling 4 people and hitting his cycles. So that's how Go Cycles work. You add this Go Cycle. You don't get paid for it, but the system adds that onto your cycles, and that can help you hit 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. But some of you guys might be a lot closer to 1-star than you may think. You don't need to cycle 10 times in a week to hit it. In fact, I can't think of a rank advancement I've hit with straight cycles. Almost every time it's with Go Cycles, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. So it's really achievable for all of us. Now the 5-cycle bonus, you can't hit with Go Cycles. 5-cycle bonus, the first time you hit 5 cycles in a week, you get an extra 250. The second time you hit 5 cycles in a week, you get an extra 250. That you actually have to achieve with what we call organic cycles, real cycles.
Yeah.
That answer it?
That's perfect. Awesome. And then one more thing, which I'm going to have Sarah unmute and help me with. We're going to talk about the perks of executive. One more thing that helps once you hit executive is your executive matches. So for Tyler's 3-star this week, he did it with cycles, he did it with Go Cycles, and he did it with executive matches. All 3 things counted to help him hit the second half of his 3-star. So congratulations to you too, Ty. Awesome. All right. So Sarah and I had a talk. Often when I go for runs all by myself, I check in with some of my team members, and I can't tell you how many times Sarah will be working out at her gym on her own. I'll be going for a run, and we just brainstorm, we catch up. And so of course we were talking about Lindsay and Kendra this week as I'm running around the loop, but we started talking about executive. And when we were talking, I'm like, I totally need you to share that on the call on Monday night, because I want you guys to realize if you did not hit the reset for manager, if you did not hit the reset for director, I want you to know it is so possible you can still hit this. We have 9 weeks left now for executive. I hit executive in 7 weeks. Susan Wheeler hit it in 7 or 8 weeks. I have seen people hit it in a week. I have seen people come on and do PK Smith sip and sample parties where they hit it in one night. So I want every single person to be excited that you guys could absolutely achieve this if it's something that you desire. But what I want to talk about are the perks, because this is something I talk about a lot, and I always joke because I'm so repetitive with some of the things I say, but being an executive, there's so many perks to it that I feel like if you're doing this as a business, it should be everyone's goal because of all of the perks. So Sarah and I were chatting. So Sarah, I want you to share with everyone some of the perks you've been loving and experiencing being paid as executive, because I think you slipped out for like one day. You have been very, very consistent. Once you hit it, you have stayed paid as executive for the most part. Share with everybody the perks that you love about being an executive.
Okay. So since I hit executive in 2016 and you said, no matter what, stay paid as executive, I totally listened and I fight tooth and nail to always stay paid as. That year I made like $11,000 in the pools just from being executive. So that had me hooked from day one, right? Not to mention just having a few extra cycles from my executive matches is like totally game changer. So for every 5 cycles I get, like of my personally enrolled consultants, I get an extra cycle. That can be anywhere from $54 a week to $250. It just depends. I mean, obviously, I know Cindy makes way more than that, but to me, that's a lot of money, and I'm always grateful for every extra cycle I can get. And then when the executive rewards started in January and I was at NYKO, I was like, yes, I am totally getting this no matter what, no questions asked. And I'm super hard on myself in my head. Like nobody wants to be in there. My very first month, I'm not sure why I didn't get it. I forget, but I was upset about it. And then so that was February. Then going into March, I didn't get it again because I slipped out, like you said, for literally 12 hours. And I didn't realize it. And when I called, like if you don't start the beginning of the month as paid as, you lose the whole month. I mean, I called Cindy crying, and I don't cry. Like I was literally heartbroken. So I was like, that's it. I'm done. I'm getting it next month. So in April, I paid as, I got my enrollments, And then the rewards started coming in addition to the $750. Now I'm getting retail orders and I'm getting new customers just randomly. They just appear on my tree and I see my BV growing because I get an email that says I have this. That to me fires me up. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's another person on my team that I can talk to that might want to do this. And even if it's a retail order, I get their information sometimes if they allow it to be shared. And I send them an email asking them to call me so that I can share with them how to get free products. So it's a beautiful thing. So hopefully that wasn't too long.
No, that was perfect. That was perfect. And I'm just going to go into a little bit more detail. So for those of you guys that are brand spanking new, and some of this is like absolutely foreign to you, you all probably at least understand that the 3 people that just hit director, they have 6 consultants under them. So manager is 2 consultants, director is 6 consultants, and then executive is 10. And executive is the only one that it matters that you have 5 on your left, 5 on your right. So once you hit executive, what the executive matches, when Sarah was saying she might get an extra cycle or 2 cycles, that starts to really add up. So what that means is you get an extra 10% match. That's why it's really important that you personally enroll people and you don't start giving all of your enrollments away, because you could give away someone that could end up being a Sarah Farnsworth and then you don't get the executive match on her. So what the computer does is it takes all of your consultants, all of the people that are you're personally enrolled that are cycling, and it'll be in your blueprint in your back office. You can look at that report. I look at it every day, and then on Sunday evenings, I look to see how many executive matches I have, so I know exactly how much I'll be paid out on that. And it takes all of the cycles that they cycle, and you get an extra 10% match, and it rounds up. So when Sarah said, as long as she has at least 5 cycles, she gets an extra cycle. So if it's 5 or 6, she gets 1 extra cycle. If it's 15 cycles or more that they've all accumulatively cycled, then she gets 2 cycles, and it just adds up and adds up and adds up. So I'll just be honest with you. Last night I had 20 executive matches. So I know that when you're beginning, you're just so stinking fired up to cycle 20 times. 20 cycles extra just because I'm paid as executive, you guys. That's an extra $1,000 in 1 week just for staying paid as executive. That is huge. And that will happen for you because when you are building and growing and you get more and more people to consultant and you're helping them achieve their goals, because it is all about helping other people, their cycles will increase, and then your executive matches will increase. So that's huge. But these retail orders, Lori Olson's a great example of this. She just moved cross country, one of our top leaders. Many of you guys follow her. She just moved with her 2 children, dog and husband, from Sioux Falls, Idaho, North Dakota, all the way to Texas. I'm watching her move, and I do my ISAPulse every day. And if you're not in my 4 PET, I'm so sorry. I don't get your notifications, and I don't get to message you directly. But the people that are in my 4 PET, I send text messages to, and I'm like, hey, Lori, I cannot believe you're moving cross country with your family and all these pods with all your furniture, and you're still enrolling people. She's like, it's a retail enrollment. These things are amazing. I've messaged Kelly Heimbach a couple times. I'm like, congratulations on your enrollment. She's like, what? And then she goes and checks her email, and there's an enrollment there. She's not the only one. I mean, it happens. And since this whole virus thing has happened, the amount of retail orders and retail and referral enrollments we're getting has really increased, you guys. So that is such a huge perk, and another reason we want to see you guys getting there. So what I'm going to say, my call to action for all of you, we've got a lot of people who have hit the level of executive, who have fallen out, and who are not paid as executive. And this is not to shame you. This is just to motivate you and encourage you. It is not easy to stay paid as executive. You got to keep enrolling consultants. So, when we say don't stop at 10, we mean it, because how many of you guys, you can type it in the chat, how many of you have had someone hit consultant and then they fall off? Maybe then they go into the witness protection program and you never hear from them again. I mean, I can't tell you how many people I've rank advanced to consultant that have fallen off. Has it happened to anyone else? Am I the only one? Let's see. Absolutely. Heck yeah. So many. Absolutely. So we know that you can't stop at 5 on your left and 5 on your right. So you need to keep going. So for our people that hit manager, our people that hit director, they've got to keep going so that they have 5 on each side, and then you want to buffer. So I remember when Sarah hit it, I'm like, don't stop there, Sarah. 5 more on your left, 5 more on your right, because you don't want to fall out. And I say that to everyone. So for those of you that have hit executive that have fallen out, this is your chance, guys. This is your chance to get back to paid as executive. For you that have already hit it, you can hit it again. And you can enjoy the perks of the $1,000 bonus. If you still haven't hit your $4,100 bonuses for rank advancing consultants, you can still do that. For those of you that are new, oh my gosh, what a great opportunity for you. What a great opportunity. And I'm gonna ask Cody to unmute one more time. Cody, I didn't ask you this ahead of time, but can you unmute one more time for me?
I love a good surprise.
Okay, surprise. What I want you to share is, what did you tell me about that executive leadership income, the $750? What did you say to me?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Well, first I was like, oh, I'm exec. I'm going to be rich and be paid as executive. I was like, I'm never going to miss it. But yeah, it is tough to kind of that first time because now I'm down to seven consultants, I think. So now I got to build back up. My goal is to do a whole new exec plan this summer and get 10 new consultants. I'm thinking 2 or 3 this week, hopefully. But yeah, so I mean, literally the executive plan. Obviously, I don't have a house, a mortgage. I don't have kids, like a lot of y'all do. But the executive lifestyle bonus alone would literally pay my rent and my nutrition every month. It would completely change my life as I'm paying off student loans and other things. So yeah, it'd be absolutely incredible. And that's probably more than anything might be my biggest goal this year because that little bonus alone would change my life. So, and I'm probably the same for a lot of you and your families too.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted you to share that, because it's so powerful, you guys. That $750, think about it. Like, what would you guys do with an extra $750 a month? Type it in the chat. Do you have student loan debt to pay off? Would that pay for your mortgage? Would that pay for a car payment? Could that pay for a summer vacation for your family? What you think, big picture, guys. What could that $750 do? And it's not just $750. Every third month, it's $1,000. It's a $10,000 a year raise you give yourself once you become paid as executive, and once you hit this bonus. What would you guys do? Mortgage payment, pay off car, credit cards, car payment, pay for most of my mortgage, new duct tape for my van. You're going to be able to afford a new van, buddy. Therapy for my son. Oh, that's awesome. I know a lot of people use it for private schooling for their kids. Absolutely. When you have whys that are way bigger than just a financial thing, like, I mean, honestly, therapy for your kid, that's huge, you guys. That's so huge. Pay for a lesson to get swagger like Cody. Oh, you guys crack me up. I read these chats after because I miss a lot when I'm interviewing you guys and talking, and I do chuckle. I love you guys, and I get a lot of private messages that are pretty funny or so heartfelt, so thank you. But guys, I just really want you to go for it, and I want you to think really, really hard about your why and your vision, and why do you want this? Why would getting to executive change your life? How could it enhance your life? What could it do for your family? If you're single, what could it do? Could it pay your rent and your living expenses? If you're married, if you have a family, could it help you with your expenses as a family? Could it get you ahead of the game, off the hamster wheel? Some of you, I hear from several of you that are working corporate jobs and you're not super happy. Could it get you an opportunity to do this full time if that's your choice? So think long and hard about that. Write it down everywhere. Michael Miller, I joked with him when he hit manager, he had sticky notes everywhere, and he did a video of him taking it off. And I don't know if he posted it anywhere, but I got my own private message of him taking down all his Crystal Director Post-it notes all over his apartment. And I was like, oh, this is so great. So I hope this jazzed you guys up. I hope that you take this opportunity seriously. This is a fabulous opportunity. There really never has been a better better time. And John, I didn't ask you to do this either, but I'm going to ask you to help me close this out. And I want you to share with everybody what you shared today on the mastermind call when I asked you about why you're doing your 90-day action plan, and you were talking about it never being a better time. Do you mind helping me?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as we're all seeing right now more than ever, we have more people joining our business because people are understanding the importance of getting their health together, and people are understanding that there's no such real thing as job security, and people need a solution to create online income. So what I've noticed, which most of you guys are probably noticing in your businesses, is it's exploding right now. So many people are joining, and with a 90-day action plan, there's no better time to do it than right now when you're in that momentum. So what I decided for myself for this 90-day action plan, and Tyler helped me with some ideas, but over the next 90 days, I'll be asking 400 people to take a look at this opportunity. I went through my Facebook friends, I went through who I'm following on Instagram, and my goal with that is to enroll 40 new people and then promote 10 new consultants. But like Cindy said, right now is just the time, guys. When you're in momentum, that's the time to put your foot on the gas pedal. And right now we're in serious momentum. So you guys take advantage of the next 90 days and massive action. The next 18 months to 2 years is going to look unbelievable for you in terms of your business. And one thing I wanted to leave it on is for the 90-day action plan, think of it. Don't worry about the results the next 90 days. Worry about the action you're taking. Worry about the whatever number it is for you. For me, it's 5 voice messages I'm sending a day to ask people to take a look. Think of just focus on the action, because you talk to 400 people over the next 90 days. Those 400 people aren't going anywhere. They may not enroll in this next 90 days, but over the next 6 months, next year, next 2 years is when they're going to come around and join. So right now is the time to put the foot on the gas pedal, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Fabulous opportunity you have. Yes, thanks so much, John. Is that Lori?
Hey, Cindy, this is Lori. Yeah, I was just going to mention with executive, I know it seems overwhelming for people who are like, yeah, I can't get anyone to do anything or share. I can't even imagine maintaining it, much less getting there. For me, you guys, it's been trickling new consultants, just like it's not like I bang out 5 to 10 consultants a month or even anymore every 6 months, but I'm consistently showing them and sharing with them. And my biggest suggestion that I think a lot of us dropped the ball in the past, and maybe your downline or maybe is we enroll and we don't go any further and we don't dig into our line. So where my momentum has come is from me checking my ISA pulse and seeing people and making sure they're tapped into what they need to do next, and offering to do a call with their new person so that I can draw out, you share, they share. And I don't, if they say, it's not a business call, it's I help them on the products, and at the end, I just show them. It's not about showing, the call isn't all about that. It's a very small part of it, but we want them to be empowered on their auto ship, because if they get an auto ship that they didn't know how to manage, they're probably going to stop it immediately. And so those are big things that are important, so they feel in control on this journey and supported. And within the last year or two, that's what's really kept my business going. And for your people who think, if you think they won't share with very many people, and they only enroll 2 or 3 people, I have 5 PEs that definitely make an impact on keeping me at executive that do nothing with this business right now. But I helped them get paid, and they're still getting paid. Some of them are in my top 10 and they do nothing. And I know a lot of you work hard, and that's hard to see, but they're seeing residual income because I work with their team. So don't be afraid to dig into the people that they're all part of your team. You invite the sponsor on. If they're not going to do it, you need to do it. So to me, that's been the biggest thing of keeping my business. While I still have big goals of getting back to higher cycles where I was, I'm pretty grateful that things haven't completely fallen apart. And the biggest, we say it over and over again, but my people who stick around are paid.
Yeah.
And that intends me to show everyone how to get paid. And the more people I show, the more think about it and start taking action. And so just stop being scared of that. It's part of, I remember Susan Sly at the beginning when I was struggling with it said, her words are, I'm obligated to show this to you.
Yep.
And that money is on the table that's going to go away for them if you don't show them.
Yep,
That's all.
absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And Lori does a phenomenal job of digging deep, you guys. And that's really one of the things that's helped her be so incredibly successful with her business. Dig deep. There are people that really, really want this. They need your help. Not everybody is really engaged. Not everybody gets on these calls. You guys see how many people we have in Team Synergy page and how many get on the calls. So I'm grateful to every single one of you for getting on the call tonight. I hope it fired you up. I hope to see lots of you guys. You know, you don't need a 90-day action plan from the company to do one. Tyler's got some people doing it. John and Susan have a whole team of people doing it. You can do one at any point. Now would be a great time to do that, so you can really, really take advantage of this opportunity that we have right now. People are really needing what we have from a health perspective, but also from a financial perspective. So love you guys to the moon. Congratulations, everyone. And we will see you next week. Have a great